Well, shalom, shalom. I'm Barbara, and I'm always short and sweet. And today I just want to tell you about a miracle in my life. I just want to ask you, do you believe about Yeshua being real today? Yes, he is real, and he is in my life, and I hope he's in your life. He loves Israel. He is real, and that is you and me. Yes, he is. I want to just tell you a little story. I always pray before I leave home. I left the Great Lakes State to go down and visit my cousin in Tennessee. And from there, I was planning to go to Georgia. So I do have an older car. I did check all my fluids. And away I went. And I got all the way down to the Ohio line. And the check coolant level come on. And I had been dealing with that for over a year. I knew I couldn't open up the radiator cap or the tank while it was hot, so I just watched my gauge and kept in prayer and faith to keep going because I didn't know what to do. I would have to stay for hours before I could get that open, and I've been dealing with it so long. And so I just kept going and watching my temperature gauge. I went all the way through Ohio, all the way through Kentucky, and halfway through Tennessee to the Smoky Mountains, and finally arrived safely at my cousin's house. So I didn't look at my fluid then, but I knew it was a miracle that I got there with that light coming on way back up there in Ohio. So the very next day we praised the Father and visited and looked at the beautiful view where she lives with her husband. And then away I was going, and the very next morning to go be with my daughter down there in Georgia and her family. And my cousin's husband carried everything up for me again because I was staying down on the lower level of the home and up all the stairs and everything. He filled up my fluid, and the tank was totally empty, which was very alarming to me. And so away I went again in prayer that I could get there safely. And I was on the road, but I always know I'm in my Father's care. Well, I decided to pull over for 5 minutes. This is all winding mountain road. There's no stores. There's nothing. And I had went about 10 minutes, and I saw a spot where I felt like I could pull over and text my daughter and give her an ETA. So that 5 minutes in the Father's timing was perfect for me because it did help in the outcome of this miracle. So as soon as I pulled into the little town where there was any civilization at all, my engine light said shut off engine, and I looked at my gauge. It was hot, and the light was green, and I was just crying out to the Father, what should I do? What should I do? I don't know what to do. Do I stop? Do I go through the light? Do I pull over? It was very scary for me. So it was like he said, go through the light, and I looked over there to the left. Exactly the very next store was an auto parts store. I pulled in there and shut off the car and went in, and the people there were very wonderful and very kind, and they ordered radiators right away, a couple in case one didn't fit, and he called 2 garages and got me in right away to a garage that said they could have it done in a day or 2. So I was so thankful because I knew an auto parts store would know the garages in the area that were the best ones. So they filled me up with water and said, go 2 miles, just go fast and get there and go to the service garage. So that was scary too, watching my gauge and getting that far. But I know that Jehovah is our refuge and strength, and he is our ever-present help in trouble. Psalms 46. All these verses are so important to me and carry me through. So I was very thankful for this service station where I was at. And what are you thankful for today? I invite you to put some of your comments below what you're thankful for today and tell us about one of your miracles when you were driving or anything. We would like to read them. After 3 days, my poor cousin had to carry all my luggage up and down because we thought we were leaving the next day, but there was going to be a delay in fixing the car. So 3 days later, it was finished. And I was just back in the car singing, "Praise Yah, from whom all blessings flow." And I know that though the mountains be shaken and the hills be removed, He says He'll never stop loving us, and He is so kind to us. So, Isaiah 65:24, before they call, I will answer. So, just the perfect timing of pulling over to the side to do that texting. If I would have went all the way through that little tiny town, I might have been close to the expressway and stranded where there was no stores and nobody to call, just on the side of the road. So I'm so thankful that He hears us, and He has His perfect timing for us always. So if this was a blessing to you, and please share it with your friends. And I hope you'll I hope you will put a comment in the links below. We want to hear from you. So remember, I'm short and sweet. I'll see you again next time. And please subscribe and hit that little bell.